Today I am putting in the compost pile, which really for me is consisting of putting it far enough away from the house that it's not going to attract raccoons and whatnot right up to the house. And then also securing it from our lovely little puppy. So what that means is that I am kind of going to dig a trench in a circle here so that I can bury the wire that I'm going to put down enough to deter our puppy and hopefully things like raccoons and whatnot from getting in. So when you are using a Maddox like this, you want to make sure that the tool does most of the work. So basically you're going to pick it up, but you're not going to stab yourself in the back with it. And then you're just going to kind of let it fall and guide it where it needs to go. Now we got lucky, we had rain yesterday, which means that this is prime digging time. The soil is nice and soft. Gonna go get the shovel. This dirt is beautiful as it is. Well, I don't need the compost pile to amend the garden soil, but I do need a place to put our kitchen scraps before we have chickens anyway. So, hence the compost pile. It's not going to be super big. And you know what? I mentioned raccoons and other wildlife. Ultimately, the critter that's most likely to get into your compost pile is a bear. I can't bear-proof a compost pile. If a bear comes through and gets into the compost, it is what it is. C'est la vie. You might notice I'm piling the dirt up inside, and that's just because it's really good dirt. So it's not going to hurt anything. It'll add a little height to the pile, but that's fine. We moved in about 3 weeks ago, and this has been on the to-do list for sure, but this is the first day that it's actually happening. So I'm excited to start actual projects around here again. Be done buttoning up the other house. It'll be super exciting. I actually think tomorrow might be the very first day since we moved that I don't have to go anywhere. And man, does that make me a happy camper. Being here was kind of the whole point, you know. And I knew it was going to happen, but boy, it was getting kind of long waiting on it. Sure wish I was planting tomatoes right now. Man, the soil is gorgeous. So these are actually parts to an old gazebo that my mother had a long time ago. And yeah, go ahead, make fun of me. But the thing about this lifestyle is use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. There are some perks to that, like keeping stuff out of the landfill and saving a buck or two along the way. All right, what we have here is a fence post driver. Now, I don't think this is going to work as intended on that because those are not fence posts. But we'll see what kind of damage I can do. The thing about a fence post driver, this one's homemade, it's just a length of pipe, and then it's got a solid metal core up here, which makes this part really heavy. So once again, you can have the tool do the work for you, and you just put it over the top of the fence post, and you just do that over and over until it drives it into the ground like a hammer. So you got to lean it over if you're as short as I am. You can put the driver over the top. And if this part breaks off, it's no big deal. I'll use it for something else. Yep, broke off. It's all good. All right, one down. And this is not for strength. It's really just to keep the wire in the shape that it's going to be. Oh, this one's going in nice. Like butter. Pretty good. Last one. Okay. Some wire that I've been hanging on to for a long time. And I'm going to go around as many times as I can, actually, because it'll secure it even more. Now I'm using wire and I'm not using wood or anything solid, because the more air gets to your compost, the faster it'll decompose into dirt. And this is actually working out pretty much like I had envisioned. Famous last words. You remember those short pieces that broke off? I'm going to use them. I'm going to pin this from the outside as a little bit of extra security. Now I'm just going to use a rock as a hammer, because that's how I roll. I could go get an actual hammer, but where's the fun in that? Now with this one, I'm going to take, it's a little bit of a problem spot where the wire started that it wants to continue to curl up, so I'm going to fix that. Compost pile has been assembled. Took me about half hour probably. I'm just going to line the outside at the base with the rock because it'll deter digging critters. This compost pile is perfect for what we need. It's short enough that Clara can reach it, which of course is my grand design, so that taking out the compost is her chore, haha. I'm continuing to build up the rocks around the bottom of it. I'm not going to get crazy with it though, because really what I'm trying to keep out is this darling little pupper right here. And it seems to be doing the trick. I haven't seen that she's gotten into it for the last couple of days, so we might have as much rock built up as we need to. The reason that I am not going to go all the way up with the rock, aside from it being kind of unstable, is that the compost pile is going to move every couple of years probably. And I want to make sure that it's not an absolute nightmare to take it apart every time. So that is my rationale. It's pretty healthy looking compost so far. I'm excited. You might be an off-grid homesteader if your compost pile gets you excited.